Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining Parkinson Voice Project for today's online Speak Out Home practice session. My name is Samantha Allenderry. I'm a speech-language pathologist and the founder of Parkinson Voice Project. I'm here to help you establish and maintain a consistent home practice routine. We are going to run through the Speak Out exercises, and today's topic is poetry. This was inspired by Carlton, who practices with us, I think, every day. He's from Winter Park, Florida, and he is a poet. And so thank you, Carlton, for the topic suggestion. And if you have other topics, other ideas, or any feedback about these sessions, please send them to intent@parkinsonvoiceproject.org, and it can be about anything. We want these sessions to get better and better, so if there's something that you think could be improved upon, go ahead and email us. Let's all take a sip of water, and we're going to think about it and swallow with intent. The first Speak Out exercise, as you know, is the may, me, my, mo, moo. Connect the sounds. Try to lift your voice and speak out over your computer. Here we go. May, me, my, mo, moo. Very good. Again. May, me, my, mo, moo. Try to connect all the sounds. Don't trail off. Let's do it again. May, me, my, mo, moo. Very good. Again. May, me, my, mo, moo. And one more time. May, me, my, mo, moo. Very good. Let's take a sip of water with intent. I want to mention something about the giving feedback and putting it in the chat. Remember that the chat is not like other accounts like Facebook, where if you put a note in the chat, we actually know who you are and know how to get a hold of you. So if you put a comment in the chat, and let's say your name is not in our system, if you're not on our mailing list, I won't have any way to reach back out to you to say thank you for bringing that up or anything. So if you have feedback, please email intent@parkinsonvoiceproject.org, because we do like to acknowledge the feedback that you've given and get back to you and let you know we're working on it or something. But if you just put it in the chat, we may not have a way to get a hold of you. All right. Second Speak Out exercise, the ahs. Deliberately open your mouth and project the ah forward, up and over your computer or your iPad. All right, here we go. Let me get some water. All right, here we go. Ah. The ah is flying forward. Let's do it again. Ah. Good job. Again. Let's do another ah with intent. Ah. Let's do a shorter one. Ah. Good. One more. Ah. Very good. While you're taking a sip of water, I want to answer a question that came in. There's a question that says, I have trouble speaking after I drink water, even just a sip. When I'm doing the exercises with you and you have me drink a sip of water, my voice sounds very raspy and unnatural. This doesn't happen when I don't drink water. Is this common? I would say no, it is not common. The voice should sound better after you've taken a sip of water. If you're drinking really, really cold water, that can kind of tighten the muscles. So if you really like ice water, it might not be the best. I sip on warm water. But if your voice sounds, the word we say, it's not a fancy clinical word, gurgly. If it sounds kind of wet when you drink water, then that could mean that water's trying to go down the wrong way. And so we don't want that. So if you are sipping water and your voice doesn't sound better, it is very important that you talk to your speech language pathologist about that. Okay, so we can figure out why. It should sound better. If it doesn't, we want to find out why. And so talk to your speak out provider. All right, speak out exercise number 3, the glides. Project a steady ah. Remember, steady first and then glide. Here we go. Ah. Ah. Good job. Let's do it again. Stop all the way. All right, let's do it again. As you're going down in pitch, I know that I need to deliberately open my mouth wider. You want your mouth open the whole time you're doing this. You don't want to have some tension here or anything. So try to sit back and relax. Let your voice do the work. Let's do it again. Very good. Let's all take a sip of water with intent. Now we're going to do the counting. We're going to count to 12. I'm not going to use this board. I'm just going to use my hands. We're going to really concentrate on connecting the sounds, stretching out the vowels, and we will stop let's stop at every 4 numbers, but we're only counting to 12. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now go backwards. Nice and steady. Start at 12. We'll say 4 numbers. Here we go. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's use the card this time. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, and then stop. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Very good. Go ahead and take a sip of water. I have another question that came in that I want to answer. I also want to remind everybody that today is the day for our Parkinson's sing-along, and it will happen at 10:30. It happens right after this session. I will end a few minutes early to give you enough time to get on the Zoom call, but please try it out. This is a new program. Just like our online sessions, we are continually improving each time, and we love your feedback for those too. Okay, you can send that feedback to the intent at parkinsonvoiceproject.org also. I do want to answer this other question that came in. It says, my jaw has developed tremors. It stiffens at times and affects my pronunciation. I don't know if it's caused by Parkinson's or by the post-polio syndrome. Do you have exercises for the jaw? So we're talking about tremors in the jaw and stiffness. And those are classic symptoms of Parkinson's just in general, tremors and stiffness, even though it's in the jaw instead of maybe the hand or the arm or the legs. So I would say the first thing you want to do is talk to your neurologist. Make sure your neurologist knows about that. And you might even try to see, maybe you could keep a journal, take some notes. Are there certain times when the tremor or the stiffness in your jaw are worse? Is it at the end of your medication cycle? Is it during a stressful time? If there's something that stresses you out, upsets you, does it get worse? Try to find out if there's any rhyme or reason to it. Is it affected by what you eat? So maybe you ate more protein that day and you didn't wait as long to take your medication and then you noticed it. All of this is really good information. You've got to figure out if your regular Parkinson's medications can help to relieve that. Then and tell your neurologist about it. And so we also don't know if any of this is due to dystonia. So the doctor can talk to you about treatments for dystonia. I don't think that you would need separate jaw exercises, but after you've talked to the neurologist and dealt with the Parkinson's medications and figured out when is it really happening, are there certain times of the day when it's more pronounced, and try to fix those issues. Then if you're still having trouble, then I would talk to your speech pathologist that you're working with one-on-one to see what they can do. All right, that is my recommendation. All right, today the topic is poetry for reading. Thank you to Carlton from Winter Park, Florida, who made this suggestion. Let's read the sentence together with intent. We're projecting our voices with a lot of energy. We're not yelling, but we are projecting them with more effort over our computer. This needs to be more effort than you use in conversation. Here we go. April is National Poetry Month. Again, April is National Poetry Month. Every word with intent. Here we go. Here are some lines from some poems. Ready? Season of mists and mellow fruitfulness, close bosom friend of the maturing sun. And that's by John Keats, the poem To Autumn. Let's read it again. That was challenging, especially the STS in mists. That's hard for me to say. Ready? Season of mists and mellow fruitfulness, close bosom friend of the maturing sun. Did you get it that time? Let's try it one more time with intent. Season of mists and mellow fruitfulness, close bosom friend of the maturing sun. Next, ready? How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. Yes, the poem by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Let's read it again with more emotion. Ready? How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. Next. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Again. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Who wrote that? Say it with intent. William Shakespeare. Next. Forever is composed of nows. Let's read it again, more intent. Forever is composed of nows. Emily Dickinson in her poem Forever. Well, forever is composed of nows. All right, next one with intent. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still. By Maya Angelou. Let's read it again, more intent. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still. And here is one by Carlton. Ready? This afternoon, as I balance on a thimble of time, there is this breath that keeps me nimble. I love that. Let's read it again, more intent. This afternoon, as I balance on a thimble of time, let's start over. Ready? This afternoon, as I balance on a thimble of time, there is this breath that keeps me nimble. Nice job. Take a sip of water. For our cognitive exercise, we're going to spell the names of each poet. I'll ask you a question too. Let's spell Dickinson together, and what we're going to do is we're going to speak out and connect the letters. Ready? Dickinson. Don't trail off. Connect them. Take a quick breath whenever you need to. Now this time, I want you to close your eyes. Close your eyes and spell Dickinson with intent. Don't look at the words. Ready? Dickinson. Was that more challenging? What is the first name of this poet? Say it with intent. Emily. Let's spell the word Poe, the name Poe, with intent. Let's spell it 2 times. Ready? P-O-E, P-O-E. Spell it backwards. E-O-P, E-O-P. Close your eyes and spell it backwards. Ready? E-O-P. Very good. What is the first name? Edgar. Next. Spell Whitman forwards and backwards. Ready? W-H-I-T-M-A-N. N-A-M-T-I-H-W. We're not trailing off at the end. What is the first name of this poet? Walt. Now close your eyes and spell Walt Whitman with intent. Close your eyes and spell Walt Whitman. And last one, let's spell Frost with intent. Connect the letters. F-R-O-S-T. Now close your eyes and spell the name Frost backwards. Close your eyes. Nice job. Let's take a sip of water with intent. I want to bring up something else about the symptoms. So when you think of tremor, slowness of movement, rigidity, stiffness, balance problems, when you notice more of those symptoms, I don't want the first thing you think of is, oh my gosh, my Parkinson's is progressing, I'm going downhill. I don't want you to think of that. When you notice those symptoms are becoming more prominent, go back to your neurologist. Your medications might need to be readjusted. And sometimes when you're going through that readjustment, I know it can be frustrating. You can perhaps try 5 different combinations of the medication before you find the one that's, this is just right. And sometimes I have a lot of patients who aren't afraid, but they're reluctant to go back to the neurologist to adjust the medications. They kind of say, well, I'll just live with it. It's good enough. I don't want it to get worse. I don't want to have any side effects. And I know that's scary and hard. So as much information as you can give the neurologist to help them to adjust the medications. And then if you have your 6-month appointment, don't wait another 6 months. If those medications aren't working right, give it maybe a couple weeks or ask the doctor, how long should I wait? How long will it be before I should notice an improvement? If they tell you, it'll be about 10 days. If you don't notice the improvement, go back to the neurologist. Please don't wait for the next 6 months, or send an email to them. Try to work, on adjusting the meds. Don't wait on those 6-month periods. If you're having trouble, go back sooner. All right, time for Dr. Boone's words. We'll read them twice. Ready? Gula ganga ga. Gula ganga ga. And the next one. Kukamanguka. Kukamanguka. Ready? Gangla. Gangla. And the last one. Kukla. Kukla. We're going to move on to the bonus reading. We're going to read this with intent because I want to give you enough time to get on for the Parkinson sing-along. So we will only read this once with intent. Remember, you can always download the reading material, take what you learned during this session, and then practice, practice, practice. We are reading The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Let's read it with intent. Here we go. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. And sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveler, long I stood. And I looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Thank you so much for joining me today. Go log on to, Lena posted the link, or you can find it on the home page of our website. Just scroll down to where it says Learn How to Sing with Intent. Please try it out. Singing is such a good exercise to stretch the vocal folds, make them more flexible, and remember, your vocal folds are the last protection of your airway. You want them to be working well. And singing also helps you so that you won't have a monotone voice. Enjoy the sing-along, and I'll see you tomorrow.